the war that we was at, because the 60s was so deep in the city, where the 6 Deuce East Coast Crips was clicked up with Bloods against the 60 Crips.
What?
9 Deuce Bloods, whatever it was. We hit every 6 Deuce set that day that we was beefing with. And I think we walked away with 6 or 8 murders, man, and all together like 15 people being shot.
All right, welcome back. S.WigginsTV. It's your host with the most, represent for the West Coast, Worldwide Wiggins. I got my boys out of state, man. You know what I'm saying? First, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Vale, you feel me, for hooking this up. Salute, my man. We about to get some Missouri history, man. Got some St. Louis OGs in the building, man. Please give it up for my boy Simbo Lay. From the north side, Rollin 60 Crip. What's the deal, bro?
Man, what's the deal, bro? How you doing, man?
I just can't call it, man. Nice to have you in the building, man.
Man, I'm glad to be in the building, man. I appreciate it, man, because you know the foundation is from out there, man, where it all started from. And when they bought it down here to us, man, and a lot of homeboys, you know, from the Bud and the Lay went out there and got that crippin', man, and bought it back down here to us, man, and we attached to it, man. It's like a real culture. You know, that's our culture.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, man, let's take it all the way back, man. How did the 6 O's arrive in St. Louis?
We had how the 6 O's arrived in St. Louis was that we had some homeboys from the Bud that had actually already went down to California.
Wait, one second. For people that's out of state, what's the Bud?
The Bud is our brotherhood. It's 2100 Adelaide Avenue, and it's 4400 Blue Bud Avenue. The original street name is Red Bud Avenue, but we changed it to Blue Bud Avenue. So we all together are 2-4 pack side. We all are 2-4 pack side together. 2-4 pack side formed later on down the line, but we had some bros from the Bud and the big bro Bleezy, who originally started off as Great down in Cali, went down there and came back with the 60 form, and this was back in like 83, 84. So a lot of people have that they be thinking we started off at 88, 89, but we've been 60s over there since 84, 83. And when it came back, everybody had already been tied in, and they brought it back to our neighborhood. And we had a lot of 60s coming from down there, you know, a lot of, you know, like Big U and all of them, you know, we always been tied in with Big U because of the older homies, you know, they've always been tied in with Cali on some money type things. But the Crippin', when they bought the 60s down there, it went to a different level. Okay,
for sure. And, you know, politics differ from state to state. You feel me? A lot of states don't necessarily follow the same program as LA. So
Yes, that's true.
Right. I had a homie before tell me that the 60s out there where y'all at, they sport yellow rags or something like that.
Yeah, we do yellow. From where our section is, we do yellow and blue rags.
Why the yellow?
We do both of them. We do yellow to you know, the gold, and the gold represents the boldness of us. On who we are, on how we stand out from any other Crip set. So we've always been on the yellow and blue, and then when we formed when Big LA Ville and them, which is Louisville, Father and them, when they formed 2-4 pack side, because you know the 60s actually came down there, man, and told us like No, told Big Bro and them, like, hey, look here. Y'all main thing is, y'all 60s, but still claim y'all street. And they let us know and broke it off was that yet. We have a lot of sections out there that are 60s, but everybody claim they street from 50 or 55, 59. You get what I'm saying? So we all switched it over to 2100 Adelaide Avenue, rolling 60 Crips, and 4400 Bluebird, rolling 60 Crips. Even though on both sides of it, you know, we have some people on the set that are not 60 Crips. You know, we got we got a couple from Adelaide Avenue and Fairmont that are rolling 90s. And we have some 19s over the way from both sides of the section. But rolling 60s is the main section of our whole community. Like we're rolling 60 Crips. And so we added on the green. We added on the green for the community because we are O'Fallon Park area community. So we added it on for our community for the unity. So when they did that, that just brought everything into play on, like you said, like everybody switch, you know, everybody from different states do they Crip in a different way. And but that's how we did ours. You heard me, like, yeah, we 60s. But this 2100 Adelaide Avenue, 4400 Bluebird Murder Mob. And so it's 24 Packside. And so we added the green on for us to stand out in the city.
Okay, for sure. Now, the number one question, man, that since I heard it, I've been having, you know, on my mind, like, they not gonna believe this in the land, bro, but you guys actually, if not right now, have gotten to it with the East Coasters.
And look, and it's crazy you say that, like, I'm gonna give you the history of that in the rundown.
Please, man.
I'm gonna do it for you. It's because the East Coast Crips, when they started off, when I beat started off, they wasn't East Coast Crips. They wasn't at all. At first they was Hoovers. No, matter of fact, let me rewind it. At first they had called themselves CMC, Cash Money Crips. They went from Cash Money Crips, and then they went to Hoovers. You know, we was always tied into each other. And so then when the beef jumped off, they went from Hoovers and was like, fuck it. We gonna claim 6 Deuce East Coast Crips. They went from all sides and they started claiming 6 Deuce East Coast Crips. So when they had started claiming 6 Deuce East Coast Crips, we was already beefing with them even before they was 6 Deuce East Coast Crips. So at the moment, whatever y'all called yourself, we was going to f with you because it was personal. When it was a lot of bloodshed that had happened, it couldn't come back from that. So when it came down to that, it was like, okay, f it, like, it is what it is, like, because nothing could come back from that. So it wasn't us intentionally beefing with our brethren. It was that the set that we was beefing with at the time had switched up their sets and switched up who they was. And when they switched up and did that, it was still like it didn't matter what it was. It was the beef was still on no matter what. So that's how all that came to clash.
And you know what's crazy? I'm hearing also that the coasters out there is clicked up with kitchens.
Man, they best friends. You know, the 87 kitchens out here and the 6 Deuce Crips out here are best friends. And I'm gonna give you one even better. You heard me? For a moment, they had a thing because of the war that we was at, because the 60s was so deep in the city to where they had started a movement down here called Deuces and Dogs, where the 6 Deuce East Coast Crips was clicked up with Bloods against the 60 Crips.
What?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
so specifically the Six Deuce Brims and the Six Deuce East Coasters.
No, the 6 Deuce East Coasters was clicked up with the Bloods.
What?
9 Deuce Bloods, whatever it was. They called it a Deuces and Dogs movement.
Oh,
Because the 60s was so heavy in the city and the war was so heavy to where they clicked up against the 60s. So that was a movement for a long while back in the day, like for years back, man, where it was the Deuces and Dogs. Don't get me wrong, you had some 6 Deuces that wasn't riding for it. But you had a lot of 6 Deuces that was with it, where they was hooking up with the Red Rags to go against 60 Crips.
oh man. So
Yeah.
so really like who was okay besides the East Coasters, bro, and the Bloods and you know the catches of what we just mentioned. Who's some of y'all other enemies that bang like California hoods?
You say, we always, you say that again one more time for me, bro.
Okay, so like we already established you guys, that got into it with the East Coasters, the H7 catches, and the 9 Deuce. I'm guessing Bishops. So
Yeah.
who's some other you feel me like L.A. gangs that y'all got into it in St. Louis?
It really wasn't like the gangs from LA, like down here. Like, we always followed the codes, you heard me?
Okay.
When everything had came to class, you get what I'm saying? We already knew what the code was, that, the 60s was into it with the A-trays. At first, we was into it with the A-trays. We always said it was Trans Killer. Get what I'm saying? A-trays, 5 trays. But our main, as far as us from our set, our main static was the 6 Deuce Crips and the Bloods.
Okay. Now I noticed over there, like in the Blue Bud area, as I'm looking at the map, y'all got some 7-4. I'm guessing GDs over there or PhG or something. What's y'all interactions with them?
Like, we really ain't had no, like, the GDs that was over there, they was from Pope. It's like 3 blocks over. Like, the GDs, you had some GDs and you had some Stones from over that way. And a lot of them had called themselves PCP. Because they was at the top, like half of Clarence right there. They called themselves PCP, Pope and Clarence Posse. And I interactions with them is we was fucking with them. But then a lot of them switched all the way over. It's still some GDs that's still over there. Like, it's still some GDs that's in the area. You got GDs from there. You got GDs from Lexington and Taylor. You got GDs from Page and Taylor. Then you got the GDs from 1020 Jennings and all that. But they whole main funk was they wasn't with Vice Lords. They was GDs that was staticking with Bloods. So with them staticking with Bloods, that really brought us closer with the GDs. As them fucking with us is like, we on with y'all on.
Oh, okay.
So that made our interaction even closer with each other.
All right, for sure, man. I know you new to the show, man, but I like to ask. You feel me? All the real members, you see they got Ricos and stuff going on, but if you able to, bro, like, cause Vale told me some stories like you couldn't even wear red in y'all section. You'll get stripped out.
Hey,
your
look,
car.
the one thing you couldn't do, you couldn't wear red or you couldn't wear orange in our section. No shape, form, or fashion. I remember that moments when, I'm gonna be 47 years old, right? I've been gang banging since I was 8 years old.
Damn.
And so it was like me as a child, like if nobody, you was not allowed in our section with red or orange. That's just period. You definitely couldn't come over there with no red. We stood on it. I don't care if you was new to the neighborhood. If you walked over there in red, we was getting you to let you know this ain't that neighborhood. You can't come over here like that. You know, respect us in our neighborhood as a kid. So if they say, you know, if the big homie now saying somebody as a kid, they come get me. Hey, what's up? Whoop him. He got somebody at the store with red on. Okay, let me get him. I'm gonna go down there and whoop you and take that red up off of you. You got to get up. You got to get away from her with that. That was something we stood on. You get what I'm saying? And when we got up there and got the real culture of it, like if a lot of people don't know, we were one of the only Crip sets that originated this because we got it straight from Cali, to where you know we 60, so everything banged to the left. A lot of people thought the shit was banged to the right, and you see a lot of Crips down here that still do that right now. They bang all that shit to the right. But we was the ones that originated that, like, nah, man, this is from the motherland, and this what it is. You know, you bang it to the left, everything to the left, flag on the left, hat to the left. It's 60. It's neighborhood.
Oh, I bet, man. We like I said, we a little pressed for time, man. But if you could give us one of them little stories, man, you know, not little stories, one of them big stories, man. But you feel me, not incriminating, like. You feel me out there in St. Louis? Cause I'm here, it goes down out there. I done heard some from your nephew, but you feel me? Can we get something from the horse's mouth, though?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a story, and it ain't gonna mention no names, none of that, man. Well, actually, I could mention this story is because you know. A lot of guys have already went. I ain't gonna say no names. Have already went away with it. I've already went away, came back home from it, man. It's called Bloody Sunday. You hear me?
Okay.
So, Bloody Sunday. You can look it up. Bloody Sunday. It was a Sunday. You know, we always call it Pack Sundays, where all the 60s would meet up in O'Fallon Park. And just so happened on this Sunday, one of the homies was coming across from the Bluebird, and the Six Deuces caught him coming across and shot him and killed him. And when he did that, the set had went on a mission that day, and we hit every Six Deuce set that day that we was beefing with. And I think we walked away with Muggs walked away with about 6 or 8 murders, man, and all together like 15 people being shot.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah. So they called that Bloody Sunday because after that, that's what really that's what really, because anything we have done from our section has put us on CNN News, and that Bloody Sunday years and years and years ago is what marked the day to let them know that the 60s down here wasn't playing. We was about business. But yeah, we hit every Six Deuce set that day. And, you know, Muggs, you know, some reputable members went away for that. You get what I'm saying? Reputable members stood tall for that. Everybody stayed solid on that. But it came down like it did. But yeah, man, there was about 8 Six Deuces that lost their lives that day, but altogether it was like 15 shot that day altogether. And that was within a 2-hour span.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I've been here for years, bro. The Lou's like one of the murder capitals, bro. So, shit, nah, for sure, bro. You feel me? Gotta put respect.
Yeah, for sure. You see what I'm saying? So that's the one thing we always say is that, you know, we down here from our section, man, like shout out to the OG LA Ville, man. He's the GOAT. He's one of the founders of Adelaide Avenue. You know, he been banging 60 since 84, man, and I'm talking about go hard with it, but the way we are, you know, we get everything from him. You know, we stand on it like y'all stand on it down there. It's in our blood. It's our culture. It's because it's a brotherhood for us. A lot of us come from broken homes and all this, and this what it was. And when it came to us and the big homies, and this what the neighborhood always stood on was 60 Crippin'. You get what I'm saying? So we had to get seed in twice. We got seed into the 60 Crips, then we got seed into the 2100 Adelaide Avenue rolling 60 Crips.
Oh, all right. Nah, for sure.
Yeah, so
That's
so
right.
yeah, so it's in us, man, and that's the one thing about it is that I say about all my bros from the set, man, my big homies, you know, them all my big brothers, man, and they put it in me as a young age, and it's just, you know, it's in you, you know, it's in you. It ain't on you, it's in you, and it's just in us.